Hey everyone, it's Kel and Rich. We're back with you, and we're going right into something that Kelly just hated. No, she hated it. She hated it. It was too hard on her ears. I surprised her with Metallica tickets in Pasadena 2 summers ago. They were playing with Avenged Sevenfold, who she's heard of and she likes. She's heard a couple of tracks. Love. But then there was Gojira. And Gojira, I didn't play for her because I wanted it to be a surprise because it was music that she hadn't listened to. This actually probably Gojira was definitely my entrance into Screamo and Growl, definitely. And I didn't really like it. It was just like, well, if Metallica chose to tour with them, they must be really great. So I figured, all right. And we got tickets, and they were floors. They're for the floor. So 15,000 people, the gates open, and we ran down the tunnels of the Rose Bowl, and we were booking ass, and people were falling, we're tripping over them, we're trying to pick people up. Their plastic bottles were falling over the place, there was clothes that were flying, crazy. It was nuts. And then we ran across the field, literally doing a 80-yard dash at that point. And the Marines were called in because the Rose Bowl doesn't really do concerts very well. So they literally called the Marines in yellow shirts,
1,000 of them.
1,000 in yellow and blue shirts, to manage the crowd. And they're going, slow down. They didn't have guns, but they were like, slow down, stop running. And people would kind of walk, and then they would get by them and run. And it was crazy. And people were falling. It was like the Who concert in '77 where people got trampled and killed. Anyway, we got to the front. And we got the gate. It was amazing.
It was
and
amazing.
We didn't have very good vantage point. We're kind of under the stage, and the stage must have been how many feet?
10.
Yeah, so we couldn't really see them. We could see the screen, but their heads would kind of poke over. It would be like, there they are. So because she didn't like the scream, she pretty much dismissed it and was just like ordering lemonade when Gojira was on, and she was kind of hanging, talking with the people, and making friends, and kind of getting the allies because it's a Metallica show, which you kind of have to do, or else you get killed in the front. So Gojira goes on, and they were the first, and they were like 6 o'clock in the evening. So it was still very light, and the crowd was like a quarter full. Like there was barely people in the stands. It was all the people that had general admission. And so it really, the show wasn't very good. They played well. I thought they played really well. I got to really hear the skill of the lead singer and the bandmates. And Rob Trujillo's son, the bass player from Metallica's son, was actually watching from the back. And you could see him, and he was kind of like this. So we could see Rob Trujillo's son, but we couldn't see the band. So that's the story, and that's why I wanted to bring Gojira to Kel's ears. And we cranked the volume down about half, so it's not gonna hurt her, because she does have very sensitive ears, the shape of her ears and all that. So if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Rich. This is my wife, Kel.
Hi.
And we bring first reaction videos to everyone, and we span the genres of metal, progressive rock, and everything that's awesome. You ready to go? Ready to go?
I am.
Now you've
excited.
gone down the tunnel of some louder, harsher vocals that are more of an instrument and more tell a story.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how you like Gojira. You might really not like them still, and we're okay with that. Aren't we okay with that, you guys? This is real reactions. This is not bullshitting. This is not, I'm gonna pull it apart like I actually know what I'm talking about. No. This is if she likes it or not.
I just dismissed them entirely. Why would they wreck perfectly good music with the screaming and the growling? Was my opinion at the time. So I'm really glad we're revisiting this now.
So we're doing two. We're going to do Backbone, which is, I'm not going to say anything. I can't bias her. And then there's Silvera. I believe that's how you pronounce the name of the song. All right, so we're going to time this video. It's a little bit of a technical kind of nightmare to try to do it. Here we go. I'm going to sit quiet. I'll look at the lyrics. I just free myself and now from all what was wrong. Break and break them all.
I'm going to hold my comments to the end.
Awesome. All right, so let's go right to...
For those of you that are joining us for the first
Silvera.
time, this channel is about appreciating music, not about whether or not it's good or bad. And part of what we're doing here is we're exploring things that perhaps we don't like to see the musical value in our musical evolution.
Yeah, or we're just not familiar with it.
Yeah, or there's just bands we've never heard.
Stretching the boundaries. Here we go. This is Silvera.
I have several thoughts.
Let's hear them.
The first song I recognize that it was we've discussed before. It was good to have the lyrics because I can't understand the screamo or the growl most of the time. So it's important, I think, at least for the formative part of you and I doing this, that until I am able to translate it in ears to brain, which I may never do because all of the screamo and growl is so different, it was better this time. The first time at the Metallica concert, I just completely dismissed them. I was just like, whatever. Yeah. But I believe that they have very good musical promise, and that they have diversity, because I have said it before. Listening to one song by one band that I don't like or that I'm uncomfortable with is by no means a measure for judging the band. I need to hear lots. I need to see their whole game in order to be able to decide whether or not I like them. The second thought is what occurred to me when I was reading the lyrics in the second song, which are very powerful. This scream and growl is also a pattern interrupt. They're here to disrupt us, to deliver most important messages. We all know that the lyrics of a song, unless it's a funny tale or it's a story or something, they're written with intention. And that second song, it has a message. And they're going to scream it out loud so that the rest of us hear it loud and clear. I feel that the screamo and the growl is actually a necessary component. Whereas before, my brain was like, why would you wreck the song with that? Because I had never taken the time to invest into it or to think about it or to uncover it. Mm-hmm. I said to someone the other day, judging things and people is easy. Trying to discover what it's really about is what takes time and effort. And so now you and I are putting in the time and effort to actually dissect musically and logically and emotionally what we do or do not like.
Yeah. Someone's called. Sorry to interrupt you.
It's okay.
A couple of people have referred to what we're doing here as a masterclass.
Yes, and as a musician, to all of the musicians out there, we all know what a masterclass is. A masterclass is a special class that you are asked to join because you've reached a certain level of proficiency. Not everybody gets to be in the masterclass, and they're usually expensive, and they're usually worth every penny because you get to collaborate and you get other musicians around you and you talk about things and you play together, and it's like a band, except it's more about learning rather than performing. Mm-hmm. And other things come from masterclasses that are wonderful, and I'm an advocate of them.
Oh yeah, and there's a big masterclass push marketing-wise on Facebook. Masterclass for cooking, and
yes.
Carlos Santana does a masterclass, and Morello does from Rage Against the Machine. Tom Morello, he does a masterclass.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant stuff. Yes. And I'm not nearly at the level that Kel has achieved, but I played trumpet growing up, and I dabbled in drums and things like that, and I came from kind of a musical brother. My brother played a lot of piano, so I would be with him at the piano and the saxophone and stuff. But it's a privilege and an honor to be part of this with you guys, because a lot of you are wicked musicians. Yes. And encyclopedias of knowledge. Yes. And understanding music theory and music arrangement and construction of different things that go on with voice and style. And I do feel like I'm in a master class, and it's freaking awesome.
Well, all of you are making it so much fun.
Yeah, so
I loved those two songs. The first song I need to revisit.
I brought you right into Backbone. That is one of Gojira's signature kick you in the face songs. Right?
I need to go listen to it several times, and just to more make sense of it with the lyrics, and to not be so shocked, because sometimes I'm shocked, my ears are shocked, so my brain is shocked. Mm-hmm. So, but the second song I really, really, really liked.
Yeah, it's catchy.
It was more the dichotomy of diversity that they showed in being able to execute multiple layers of depth the first song, I loved it because it was so heavy, and I love heavy, heavy music. The second song had a heavy message, which I also really appreciate, especially in our current times.
Big time.
So, thanks
Well
for listening.
said. Very interesting, Kel. Really, really cool. I'm glad that so glad that we did that. I'm glad you got
thank you for suggesting it all.
to ride along as we did this. Someone referred to it as riding in the back with the rear speakers are always pumping out music. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're the passengers, I guess.
Or the tour guide.
And the tour guide. Sealed with a kiss and good wishes for you. And
Thanks
we'll see
so
you,
much.
We'll see you really soon.
Bye.
Later.